Hello, all of you. Here we begin with the 13th class of our partnership. And today we are continuing the death of the partner. Yesterday I have given you the base that whenever a partner is deceased, first important thing which is there only in case of death is give him his share of profit from the first day of the financial year, say January till 1st May. Now this profit you have to give it in two ways. Either last year's turnover, last year profit and 4 months turnover, so in turnover ratio or in time ratio, taking last year's profit as base. Last 12 months profit is 20,000. So into 4 by 12 is how much, and in that deceased partner is how much. Give him his share of profit, his reserves, his goodwill, joint life policy, revaluation profits, and so on. Okay. Once you give everything to these executors you can convert it into loan account, and RST problem we have done, mark it, very important. You can expect exactly same question in the exam where you are adding the interest and paying the installment, add the interest, pay. And goodwill treatment is very simple. Raise the goodwill in old ratio, write off in the new ratio, right? Okay. So this is all what we have done yesterday. Chalo, now, fourth problem, I already gave the answer. Yes. Any doubt is there, ask me. Otherwise, we are continuing with the fifth question. Fifth, हमने एक miss किया था ना. Fifth one we didn't take up. Then after this, I directly started with the sixth one because frankly, that was important. Abhi bhi, the sixth problem is very, very important. Fifth is easy, but it is just a combined practice, just like retirement. If everything is asked together, how you are going to do? Let us begin. Following is the balance sheet of Om, and they were partners, and Z died, last partner. His accounting has to be settled. Okay. Goodwill is to be calculated at the rate of 2 years purchase on the basis of 3 years profit. Profit for the year 20 to 31st December shall be ascertained proportionately on the basis of this is 31st March, and from April to December, a portion on the basis of average profit and loss for the preceding 3 years. So 3 years average, if you calculate, you can use for goodwill also, and you can use for giving him the profit also. During the year, a car costing 40,000 was purchased and debited to traveling expense. This is happening in the last year, and on which depreciation is calculated. So this is a mistake in last year. Car is purchased, but by mistake you have debited in expense. So now traveling expense credit, car debit. Again, you will depreciate the car because whole 1920 year is over. So this profit of 20 is wrong. It will increase. The asset is brought. Now other values, inventory, building, computer, investments were considered. Calculate the goodwill and set share in the profit. Prepare revaluation account and other items of assets and liabilities. Prepare partners capital account and balance sheet. Okay. So last class we have just prepared all the highlighted way the deceased partners account is executor's account, and last problem was very nice where current and capital both accounts you have to prepare. Chalo, let us take up this in your notebooks. Yes, please write down problem number 5th we didn't do in the last class, so we are doing it now. Problem number 5th. All accounts you will prepare. A small revaluation account. Small revaluation account. Then we have all the partners capital account. All the 3 partners capital account. And what are their names? X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. Balance sheet. Only some changes are there. What you do it in the revaluation account. Followed by working note 1. How many partners are there? X, Y, Z. And what is their old ratio? What is the old ratio of X, Y, Z? 1:2:2. Who is deceased? Z. And no other detail is given. So can we take the ratio for Z died? So X and Y will continue in the ratio of 1:2. Nice? Chalo. Open the capital accounts always with the opening balance. Scaling ho gaya. Is my speed fine? When I am reading, are you all reading? X credit 40,000. Y credit 80,000. Z credit 80,000. General reserve 30,000. Give it to old partners, old ratio. 1:2:2. 30,000 into 1 divide by 5. 6,000, 12,000, 12,000. General reserve. Acha hai? You have given. So opening balance sheet se we have given. Now let us calculate the last year's profits, mistake, correct it. And we will calculate the profit and all. Working note 2. 31st March 20 profit is given to you 30,000, which is wrong. They said a car was purchased for 40,000. By mistake, you have debited in the traveling expense. You have put it in revenue. And depreciation was also there on it, 20%, 8,000. So 32,000 if you capitalize the car and if you reduce the traveling expense, then in that case, what will happen to the profit? For 20, the profit will increase to 62,000. Is my speed very fast or clear? 31st March 20's profit is wrong. It's 30, but after debiting traveling expense 40,000, which is not there. So add back traveling expense. But if you would have capitalized car, you would have charged depreciation on the car. So 40 and 8. So 32. So 62. है ना? So 62 करेंगे. And what about the earlier 3 years profit? 31st March 2019's profit is correct. 20,000. And 31st March 18. 10,000 is the loss. 62,000 plus 20,000 minus 10,000. 72,000 is the total profit. All right. Now let us do in the same working note goodwill. Goodwill is calculated at 2 years profit of average of 3 years. So let us calculate average profit of 3 years. 24,000. Goodwill is 24,000 into 2, 48,000. Goodwill. Yes. So what is the adjustment for goodwill? You can give it to the retiring partner and other two will share it in the sacrificing ratio. You can give the goodwill. Or you can raise and write off as you wish. Enough of problems we have done. What is the share of Z? Z's share in goodwill. 48,000 में Z का share कितना है? 2/5. 19,200. So this 19,200 goodwill you give them. Goodwill to bracket में लिखेंगे 19,200. But when you are giving goodwill to Z, you will write by X and by Y. Yes or no? 19,200 goodwill, you give it in the sacrificing ratio, which is nothing but old ratio, into 1 by 3. 6,400 X देगा और Y कितना देगा? 19,200 into 1 by 3. अब 19,200 into 2 by 3. 12,800. Nice. Chalo, come here. To Z's capital account, 6,400 X will give and 12,800 Y will give in the sacrificing ratio, which is nothing but the old ratio, goodwill. Acha, there is already some goodwill in the opening balance sheet. We missed it. Always we write it off in the old ratio. 1:2:2 में old goodwill write off कर दो. 30,000 divide by 5. 6,000, 12,000, 12,000. Old goodwill write off by debiting, and the new goodwill in the sacrificing ratio Z will take, and in the gaining ratio X and Y will give. Now, this is all about working note 2. Now working note 3, you have to give profit also no to Z. Profit for 9 months to be calculated on the basis of average profit of 3 years. What is average profit? 24,000. In that, share of Z's profit. 24,000 into 9 by 12. First, you should calculate 9 months profit. And in that 9 months profit, what is Z's share? 2 by 5. 24,000 into 9 by 12 into 2 by 5. 7,200. Z को दे दो 7,200. Everyone in the class is clear. It's a very easy problem. 24,000 into 9 by 12 into 2 by 5. 7,200. Chalo. So let us take up 7,200. Write it in our Z's account, and P&L suspense account you can write, or P&L adjustment account. Share अभी तो Z को तो दे दो 9 months, then automatically 12 months profit will go to other two partners. अच्छा, apart from this, is there revaluation or है कुछ? है ना? Other value of the assets. Inventory you have to take at 16,000, whereas it's 20. So reduce the value of inventory by 4,000. Building. Increase the value of building by 20,000. Computers. 1,50,000 चाहिए. अभी computers है 80. 80 and 150 तो 70. Computer भी चाहिए 70. Next, investments you want it at 6,000. Investments are 10,000. So 4,000 investment की value कम कर दो. Next, datas are considered good. So okay, they are good only. So these 4 assets you are changing the value. For the 4 assets you are changing the value. Okay, again there's a printing mistake here, please. Sorry, 1,50,000 नहीं है. Computer is becoming 50,000. Look at the books. Computer is 80 and then it is becoming 50,000 now. So 30,000 से computer की value कम करो. Generally, surprising, I thought computer's value doesn't increase. So I checked it. तो वो 150 आ गया है गलती से यहाँ पे. Computers book value is 80. Now it is 50. So 30,000 deduct. Chalo, now you are getting revaluation loss and take it to partner's capital account. Partner's capital account. Total is 38,000. And here it is 18,000. Now, to reval account. 18,000 into 1 by 5. 3,600, 7,200, 7,200. Check please all of you. Nice, clear. Okay. ये सब होने के बाद now calculate goodwill and Z share in the profit, prepare revaluation account. Okay, rest all is done. So we have calculated revaluation loss and we have put up to partners capital account. Now immediately balance sheet we should write the same items. Goodwill is not there now. Opening balance sheet se bhi check karo. Goodwill is not there. Building increase it to 140. 120 tha, you have to write like this. Increase 20,000 we have put. Computers 80,000 tha, 30,000 decrease and put it at 50. Inventories. Inventory is 20 and 4, 16. Next is datas. Receivables are considered good. Cash at bank. No change. 20,000. Investments. They are 10,000. 4,000 minus karo. 6,000 leke aa jao. Chalo. Is there change in the partner's capital account? No. So remaining partner's capital account we'll write. Abhi we have not closed. But a balance sheet bana hi rahe to X or Y. Reserves we have always given. Bank loan is as it is. No change. Reserves to kar diye. But that's all. Chalo. Let us close now. First of all, Z's capital account. Z's capital account you should close and give it to his executor. All of you do the total. How much you are getting in Z's account? Pick up your calculator. Credit side 80,000, 12,000, 6,400, 12,800, 7,200. Okay, car when you have brought in the balance sheet, we don't post that. We have written this working for car. That car is brought in the books for 32,000. So now we should debit the car, no, in the books. Car account debit 32,000, yes or no? And when car is brought in at 32,000, it is increasing your last year's profit. So directly you can take it to car partner's capital account. 32,000 in the ratio of 1:2:2. 32,000 into 1 divided by 5. 6,400, 12,800, 12,800. Car is recorded in books, so car account debit, traveling credit. So when expenses you're reducing, it's the profit. And last year's profit has already gone to partner's capital account. So आप भी add कर दो. 80,000 plus 12,000 plus 6,400. I want all of you to pick up the calculator and tally Z's account. Plus 12,800 plus 7,200 plus 12,800. 131,200. 131,200 minus 12,000 minus 7,200. So first of all, Z's executor's account. Z के executor को दे दो आप. $46,000 plus 6,400. 52,400 minus 6,400 minus 6,000. 36,400. Balance carried down. I have taught you to adjust the closing capital in the PSR only if they say. They are not saying leave it. 80,000 plus 12,000 Y's account, plus 12,800. 1,04,800 minus 12,800 minus 12,000 minus 7,200. 72,800. So write down X ka capital account 36,400. Y 72,800. 36,400 plus 72,800 plus 50,000. Yeah, and creditors are also there, no? Trade payables 20,000. And Z's executors. Z's ko, listen, Z ko dal ke we have transferred it to his executor, but we are liable to pay to his executor 1,12,000. So balance sheet total is 291,200. On this side, minus 140, 50, 16,000, 20,000, 20,000, 6,000. फर्क आ रहा है क्यों? 140, 50, 16, 6,000. Yes. This profit what we have given to the partners, no, Z 7,200. Actually, you can put it in the P&L adjustment account on this side. Because the year is not over. This balance sheet is in between, no, right now. The year will be over in the December. So that time what advance you have given, this you debit in P&L account, and then whole year's profit you give to remaining two partners. Right now, 9 months profit we gave credit. That time only we should have come and written in the balance sheet. Total karo ek bar वापस. Check your balance sheet. Have you written all the figures? 140 plus 50 plus 16 plus 20 plus 20, 6,000, 32,000, 7,000, 291, 200. Sure. Check the whole problem. What new you have learned? P&L suspense account and cars adjustment. Cars adjustment, I did it in the working, but we didn't post it. You have to post car in the balance sheet and you have to credit it here to cars account. Yes, I'm waiting for some of you have not completed the balance sheet. Please complete it and tell me, is it clear? Two new things you have studied. One is last year's profit was wrong. So car was not debit, but debited at today's value. Last year की value में depreciation भी था ना. So today's value. So car account debit. Okay. Rest almost similar, revaluation account and all the things were same. Car's adjustment was new and profit, what you have given to the partner. Done? Chalo. Next we will take up now. Fifth we have done. Sixth we did in the morning. Have you star marked this problem? Very, very important. Seventh we have done. Eighth we have done. Ninth we have done. Now, this concept I am introducing of separate life policy. Listen carefully. Joint life policy, whatever amount you get on maturity, you give it to partners in their PSR. Apart from that, if separate policy is taken, the deceased partner will get the maturity amount and other two partners, their separate policy is continuing, no? So that you will take surrender value. And now this profit will be shared by all the partners. What I'm saying, if not clear, read with me. Instead of taking one JLP, the partners may take individual policies on the lines of respective partners. The premium paid is charged to profit and loss account. On the death of a partner, then only the amount for which deceased partner was insured would be recovered. The policy of surviving partner will continue at the surrender value. Yes, and that will also be taken for calculation purpose, like bank account debit, bank account debit to separate policy, assured value. Assured value means maturity value. Now separate policy, assured value, and remaining partners policy at surrender value. That all put together you give to executors and the remaining partners. So this is something new you are doing. If now it is 50% clear, absolutely okay. Look at this example. S, G and A, they are having policy and surrender value. What is this value? Maturity value. What is this value? Surrender value. A died. So his policy, maturity value. Yes. His policy's maturity value. And remaining two partners policies 10 and 20 surrender value. For both of this, what is his share? A का share कितना है? 3:1:1 में 1/5. Not able to write. 1 second. Yes. So Amit's policy full amount 3 lakh. Another two partners remaining. तीनों का मिला के 1/5 will Amit will take home. Take your time. This is only if they have these separate policies. Otherwise, one joint life policy will be given to All the partners. एक ही policy है तो surrender value भी एक ही होगी. This time 3 separate policies are taken for 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. So A can't say, I'm going home, give me 3 lakh. No. His maturity value plus other two partners surrender value, that will be given to all. Yes. I'm waiting. Is this concept of separate policy clear? This is over and above your joint life policy. कुछ डाउट है तो पूछो. पहले आप चेक करो ये जर्नल एंट्री, ये एग्जाम्पल. Sure. Okay. For this, let us solve this 10th problem. Partnership agreement of the firm consists of 3 partners. Check in your book, is the ratio correct? If not, then write it. A, B, and C are having profit sharing ratio half, 1/4, 1/4. तो multiply तो करोगे ना आप सबसे. Whose fixed capital are there? Partners, we allow 10% on their fixed capital, but no interest is allowed or drawn on drawings. Up to the death of a partner, the goodwill of firm will be valued at 2 years purchase of average net profit for 3 years. Are you getting? So A, B, C, 3 are partners, but partners are allowed 10% capital. Pay interest, no capital on drawing and no interest on drawings. Upon death, goodwill of firm is valued at 2 years purchase of average profit of 3 years after interest on capital. So if it is before, you allow the interest on capital. Insurance policy 10,000 each to be taken in individual names of each partner. Premium is to be charged against the profit of the firm. Yes, insurance policy of 10,000 is taken on all the partners, each partner's individual name. Now tell me, dear students, this is joint policy or this is separate policy? This is separate policy because they have taken it on individual names of the partners. Next. Upon the death of a partner, he is credited with his share of profits, interest on capital calculated up to 31st December, and the share of partnership policy and goodwill will be credited to the deceased partner. So December तक देना है आपको. डेट कब दी है year ending का और कुछ ओके आगे आएगा. Partnership firm closes the books on December. Share of profit interest of December तक देना है. A died on 30th of September, but you have told him that upon death he is to be credited with his share of profit interest on capital calculated upon December following his death. So whatever is calculated according to that 9 months, you have to give him. Amount standing to credit of his current account is given 450. And from the date to the date of the death. From the date of what? From the date, from that date, okay, last year's date, till the date of that he has withdrawn drawings. Unrecorded liability 2000 was discovered and it was decided to record it and be immediately paid off. Trading result of the firm. Trading result of the firm before charging interest on capital has been followed. Okay. So the trading result of the firm before charging interest on capital दिया है, assuming surrender value of the policy to be 20% of the sum assured. So what policy's value they have given? You want me to read it again? Then please tell me. There's a different structure of this problem. Problem बहुत easy है. कोई balance sheet revaluations routine नहीं है. But they have given you the policy's maturity value. and 3 policies you have taken. Whereas surrender value, so other 2 partners surrender value also you will take, no? Prepare account of A's legal representative. A का जो legal representative है उसको क्या क्या दोगे आप? Capital account, current account, what all details you will give. That's what we will calculate. ठीक है? Their fixed capital are given 10,000, 6,000 and 4,000. So fixed capital भी लिख लेंगे, current account also we will take and so on. Just one account only you have to prepare, A's legal representatives account. But for that you have to do all the working. Problem number 10. Start with your main answer. A's executors account. You can first calculate in A's account and then transfer to his executor's account. I think that would be better. पहले हम A's capital account बनाएंगे. We'll see how much we are liable to pay to A, and then last we can transfer. Start with the first line of the problem in which they have given the opening balance. A, B, C. A's balance is 10,000. A's balance is 10,000. His current account showed 450 credit balance. Current account is showing 450 credit balance, and against that his drawings are there. Drawings are a part of the current account. 3,000. Unrecorded. I am reading F bit ke baad, last para. F bit I am reading. A died on 30th September. Amount standing to the current account is 450 and drawings on the debit is 3,000. An unrecorded liability of 2,000 was discovered. An unrecorded liability of 2,000 was discovered on 30th of September. Okay. So liability, if you have not recorded, now if you record, it's a loss. P&L adjustment account debit. Unrecorded liability कितना है? 2,000 है. इसमें इसका शेयर कितना है? A, B, C share only we have not found. आ जाओ नीचे. Working note 1. A, B and C are sharing the profit. Half. थोड़ा गैप रख के लिखो 1/4 and 1/4. Can we multiply all by 4, 4 and 4 equal? So this is now 2:1:1. Sure. Up clear है? 2:1:1. Ratio is clear? And now A died. So unrecorded liability का जो loss है 2/4,000. A should also bear, no? A you are going, but today liability is there, so you have to pay till today. 2,000 into 2/4. Anyone is having doubt in the PSR? Message me in the chat. I am reading now first point. Partners are allowed interest on capital, 10% on fixed capital. So give him interest on capital at the rate of 10%, 1,000. Though he died in September, but they have asked you to give till December. That upon the death, goodwill of firm is valued at 2 years purchase of average profit after charging interest. So goodwill calculation करते हैं. चलो, working note 2. For that, profits must be given to you. Profits आपको दिए हैं last पैरा में. Profit before charging the interest for the 3 years are given. (2018) 9640. 2019 16,720. 2020, there is a loss, 640. Check please, all of you. And you have to calculate the goodwill, 2 years purchase of average profit of the 3 years. And he died in March 21. And they have given you 20 months profit you should not take. If you want, write down here. 2021 profit not taken. 2021 is the profit. Before that, September only he died. So they said last 3 years. Be careful in average profit. Always the googlies, they are giving you extra profits. Now this is the profit before interest. So shall we minus interest on capital? इंटरेस्ट ऑन कैपिटल आप अलग अलग भी कर सकते हैं, एक साथ भी. तीनों का मिला के कैपिटल कितना है? 20,000. इफ यू वांट यू कैन राइट डाउन कैपिटल्स 10,000 प्लस 6,000 प्लस 4,000. 10, 6 and 4 that is equal to 20,000. और जो 20,000 कैपिटल है इसके ऊपर कितना इंटरेस्ट यू आर पेइंग? 10%. 2,000 minus 2,000 minus 2,000. So now what is the profit after interest? Because goodwill is calculated on these profits after interest. 7,640, 14,720. Sorry for all the printing mistakes. This is 16 नहीं है, 6720 है, and this is 4720. 4720 है, ठीक है. And loss will increase. 2640 loss will increase. Average profit 7640 plus 4720 minus 2640 divided by 3. 7640 plus 4720 minus 2640 divided by 3. 3240. 2 years purchase of average profit of the last 3 years after giving interest on capital. So goodwill is 3240 into 2, 6480. Goodwill is 6480. And in that how much is A's share? A's share कितना आ रहा है? A नहीं, who is retiring? Yeah, A only, first partner. A's share 6480 into half. करेक्ट है ना? PSR हाफ या 2/4 लिखो ना, बेटर है, कंफ्यूजन ना हो. 2:1:1, 2/4. 3240. वापस से चेक प्लीज. एनी डाउट इन गुडविल? For goodwill, take last 3 years profit. Current year's profit is given for some other purpose. I will tell you. Last 3 years profit, उसमें interest minus करो. So you are getting profit after interest. Take average profit multiply by 2. 3240. 3240 क्या है यहाँ? Goodwill. Who will give the goodwill to A? By B and C. B and C is capital account. You can write combined. B and C will give in which ratio? Their old ratio, PSR, which is same, 1:1. So 3240 goodwill will come. Anyone in the class is having doubt for goodwill or clear? Now, I am taking insurance. Maturity value is 10,000 and surrender value is 20%. See, this is a separate policy. Working note 3 banao. Separate policy method. Separate policy method. For A, maturity value. What is the maturity value for A? 10,000. For B and C, surrender value, that is 20%. 2,000, 2,000. For deceased partner, take maturity value. For other two partners, take surrender value. And what is the total value you are getting? 14,000. In that, A's share, give it in his profit sharing ratio. 7,000. Ma'am, कैसे पता चलेगा ऐसे करना है? If only 10,001 joint policy is there, give it to old partners in their PSR. But if separate policies are taken, A, maturity value, B and C, surrender value. 2,000 and 2,000. And 14,000 share, give it to A, 7,000. This is the first time you are doing. So are you all clear with the separate policy? Deceased partner maturity value, remaining partner surrender value and total value divided by their PSR. So 7,000 later. Joint life policy working note number 3. D bit I am going. Upon the death of partner, he is credited with share of profit interest on capital up to December. So shall we give him the share of the profit also? Yes. So for that, you have to take current year's profit. Current year का profit ले लो, आपको दिया रहेगा. Working note 4. Current year मतलब 2021's profit. See, we didn't use 21's profit for goodwill because we wanted earlier year's profit. But now 21's profit we are using as base to give him a share of the profit. So what is 21's profit given to you? देखो कितना दिया है आपको? 21 का प्रॉफिट, 21 का प्रॉफिट आपको दिया था ना, या 3670. This is the profit before interest on capital. Will you give interest or not now? Answer is yes, 2,000. So what is the profit after interest? 1670 after interest. And now how much is the share of the deceased partner? A's share. 1670 into 2 by 4. 1670 divided by 2. Profit before interest. Interest, profit after interest, and A's share. So can we give 835 to A? Frankly, you know, we should do into 9 by 12. Huh? Routine problem, dear students, we should do 9 by 12. But they say give till December, we are giving 835 by P&L adjustment account. Chalo karo totals. Transfer to executor's account. Transfer to his executor's account. 10,000 plus 450 plus 1,000 plus 3240 plus 7,000 plus 835. 22,525. 22,525 minus drawings are 3,000 minus 1,000 unrecorded liability 18,525 is coming balance. Complete it. I will re-explain. The adjustments are really very nice for this 10th problem. Yes, I'm waiting. हो गया सबका? चलो. First of all, working note 1 आ जाओ. Half, 1/4. So we have multiplied all by 4. So 2:1:1 you got. Goodwill के लिए you have to consider profit after interest. This was before interest. Now capitals, average profit you take. Goodwill multiplied by 2 years purchase and take A share. Now policy, for A you take surrender maturity value, for B and C surrender value. Okay, what is the doubt? Why we have to do 2,000 from average profit? Yeah, listen. For goodwill, you need average profit after paying interest on capital. They are paying interest on capital, no. But the profits, what they have given in question, they are, see, it's written in bracket, before charging interest on capital, these are the profits. So we minus the interest. So we get profit after interest. And interest kaise mila? For all the 3 partners, the capital is 20,000 into 10%, 2,000. Nice and clear to all of you? Right. So you are getting this. I want to repeat, profit before interest on capital is given. You wanted profit after interest on capital. So you are doing this way. 2,000 minus आप average में से भी कर सकते हो because the amount is same for all the years. Right? Goodwill you got then. Now for joint life policy, it's simple. For separate policy, take A's maturity value and B and C's surrender value and continue. And for working note 4, mein what we have done, profit. Current year's full profit is 3,670 before interest. Again, you will pay interest. No. Even to the deceased partner, you are paying full year's interest. They have told. And in that, what is A's share? Half of the total profit. So 835. Nice, clear to all of you? Yes. Take a break of 2 minutes and assemble back. We'll continue with the last problem then. Very quick. So we have done the 10th problem. What new you have learnt in the 10th problem? If the profits are given before interest and capital, and if they want, we need to change it. Yes, to after interest on capital. And the policy concept is also very nice. Chalo. Let us take up the last problem now for death also and for partnership also. 11th problem we are doing now. 11th problem. Peter, Paul and Prince are partners sharing profit and losses. See, one thing did you observe or not? In 10th problem, too many working notes were there for goodwill, for profit, for interest. They didn't ask you anything. Revaluation, balance sheet, कुछ भी नहीं पूछे आपको. Right? Now, Peter, Paul and Prince were partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 2:1:1. It was decided that in the event of retirement or death, the balance in the capital accounts, his share of goodwill, 2 years purchase of normal profit after charging interest on fixed capital. His share of profit from beginning of accounting year to the date of death shall be taken as proportionate on the basis of the profit. Last year ka profit hi le lo, just increase it by 25%. Okay. Interest on fixed capital 10% is payable. Though payable to partner, will not be payable in the year of death. अब ये नया दे दिया. Last problem only we gave interest on capital to A till death. This time they are saying don't pay. So don't pay. All assets and liabilities to be revalued and profit and loss to be taken. Peter died in September and the books are closed in December. The fixed capital in January 21 were given. Balance in current account were given. Drawings are given. And profit before charging interest on capital is given. Exactly same what we have done. Interest on capital के पहले का profit दिया and you want profit after interest on capital. Profit on sale of asset. Profit included in above. Okay. In these 3 years, abnormal profit is there. Profit on sale of asset. निकाल दो. Because every year you are not going to have profit. You remember? Abnormal gain, abnormal loss you have to remove or add back so that you get future maintainable profit. Insurance claim received also you should remove. Firm was taken out. Firm has taken out the joint life policy. Besides, partners have severally insured. Now look at this. 1 lakh joint policy is also there and 50,000 separate policy is also there. Premium is charged off to P&L. Surrender value of the policies is 30%. 50,000 is maturity value, separate policy. And surrender value is 30%. On June, the firm received notice from insurance company that insurance premium in respect of fire insurance had been undercharged to the extent of 6,000 in 2015. There's a mistake in the profit and firm had to pay it. So 2015's profit, we will reduce it further. Insurance कम पे किया था और पे करो तो reduce it further. The revaluation of assets indicate upward revaluation to the extent 20,000 and prepare the legal representative's account as on September 21. Though you are following which year? Calendar year ending. So you are following calendar year ending and this is given to you as December year ending or this is given till September. Okay. So you have to see language is important. Interest on capital you have to minus from the past 3 years to get the correct profit. But in the current year while giving the deceased partner 9 months profit, don't minus the interest on capital and don't give interest on capital. Okay? Right. Chalo, let us begin this problem. What they have asked you to do that I missed reading. पूछा क्या है? You all are having problem with you. So क्या क्या पूछा है आपको? Prepare account showing the amount due to legal. Exactly same question what we have done. But nice. It's a good practice and this is the level of the questions asked in exam. We are doing it now. Problem number 11th. Concept of separate policy. Yes or no? So we will prepare Peter's executor's account. उसके लिए पहले पीटर के अकाउंट में तो एडजस्टमेंट करें. We should adjust Peter's account and then give everything to his executor. Actually, you can combine the capital account and the current account. But to some adjustments, they have specifically given in the capital account. Chalo. Followed by working note 1. Oh, sorry, you have to prepare Peter's executor's account. Chalo, let us start by writing the opening balances. In the fixed capital, Peter is having 10,000. It's given after the 5 points. Are you all making with me? Make Peter's capital accounts 2 lines and write opening balance 10,000. Current account of the Peter, opening balance 20,000. बाकी के अकाउंट नहीं बनाना है. Drawings will always come in the current account. Drawing 10,000. Now, all 1-1 adjustment we will do. First, we will do the adjustment for goodwill, and for that we have to calculate the 3 years profit. Let us do. Goodwill. Working note 1, we can make PSR also, no? It's given. PSR ही लिखो पहले, फिर goodwill करेंगे. Old PSR 2:1:1. Peter is deceased, so new PSR 1:1. Working note 2. Goodwill calculation के लिए first you do the corrections in the profits. Profits are wrong, so let us correct it. Table ही बनाओ पूरा अच्छा, because there are many mistakes in the profit. 2018, 19 and 20. What are the profit? They have given before interest. Profit before interest 1 lakh, 1,20,000, 1,50,000. 1 lakh, 1,20,000 and 150, these are the profits before interest. Minus, these are last 3 years profit, interest on capital. It is paid at 10% and total capitals are 10,000, second partner ka 5, third ka 5. So 20,000 capital pay, 10% interest. 20,000 capital pay, 10% interest minus karo. Interest on capital minus. Now, some other adjustments are also there. Profit on sale of asset is included, which is not a normal profit. So you want future maintainable profit. So profit on sale of fixed assets minus kar do. 3,000, 7,000, 10,000. 3,000, 7,000, 10,000 minus kar do. Profit on sale of fixed assets. Insurance claims you have received and you have included here. Insurance claim included in this 3,000 and 12,000. Remove it. And insurance premium is undercharged. Insurance premium is undercharged. Read the language. 6,000 is undercharged in the year last year. One second. Huh? Yeah, it's in 2020. Change the date, please. I want all of you to read. Now, again and again, if I go and read, it will take time, but ये जरूरी है. ये देखो, I am here. On 30 June, the firm received insurance company that insurance is undercharged to the 6,000 and firm has to pay it immediately. So 2020's profit is less by 6,000. No. If you want the future maintainable profit, if it is undercharged, charge it and reduce the profit. So the capital में भी impact आएगा, but पहले goodwill के लिए profits कर लेते हैं. Now calculate correct profit so that you can take average and calculate goodwill. What is the correct profit? Profit on sale is 5,000. Change this figure: 5,000, 7,000, 10,000. So the correct is 90,000. 120 में से 20 गया, 20 नहीं, 2,000. And this is 7,000. 9,000 if you minus 1,11,000. $150 minus 2,000 minus 10,000 minus 12,000 minus 6,000. Are you all getting the correct profit? Take out average profit. Anyone in the class is having doubt? Interest on capital के पहले था, तो we gave interest on capital, then profit on sale, then insurance claim, and so on. So now 90,000 plus 1,11,000 plus 1,20,000. So average profit is 3,21,000 divided by 3. 1,07,000. 1,07,000. Average profit. Goodwill is 2 years purchase of average profit. 2 into 1,07,000. So how much you are getting? 2,14,000. In that, A's share is how much? 2,14,000 into 2 by 4. Ratio is 2:1:1. So 2 by 4. Again 1,07,000. Exactly same problem we have done. But I felt these are the concepts asked again and again. Level of the problem. तो करते हैं. A share of goodwill everyone got. And we will add all this in the current account. All adjustments we should do it in the current account. Share of goodwill 1,07,000. Next. Everyone is clear with the goodwill adjustment. Some profits were wrong and all. So we corrected, we took average and I have added in the current account. Reference number working note 2. Chalo, next. His share of profits from the beginning of the accounting year to the date of the death, which shall be taken this time we have to give till the date of the proportionate basis of previous year's profit. Okay. So last year's profit we will take as base. And what is last year's profit? It is here. 150 hai. Insurance ki galti. Now don't take 120, huh? Because you need last year's routine profit. Only for goodwill you need the average profit. Yeah. What happened? My working note got deleted. Shit. बाकी तो ठीक है ना. वर्किंग नोट 2 डिलीट हो गया. ठीक है, जाने दो. वर्किंग नोट 2 we have made, we got goodwill, it got deleted. Now working note 3, share of profit till September for 9 months. So what is last year's profit? Last year's profit is given to you as 1,50,000. In that, one mistake is there. For insurance you have paid 6,000 less, so pay it. And interest on capital only take 1,000. यहाँ पे लिखो not paid to Peter. Ma'am, while you are doing, you should have deduct 2,000. Read the point. They said fourth point. Interest on capital, though payable to all partners, will not be payable in the year of death or retirement to Peter. So other partners, you have to pay interest on capital. And you have to pay insurance also. And this is it. Now profit on sale of fixed assets and all, let it be. It is there. So what is the correct profit you are getting? Correct profit you are getting 1,43,000. 1,43,000. To that, read point number 4. Increase it by 25%. Now you are getting the profit, estimated profit for the current year. Estimated profit for the current year. Now in this Peter's share, 178,750 is for 12 months. So 9 months, and Peter's share is 2/4. 178,750 into 9 divided by 12 into 2 divided by 4. So this is coming 67,031. 67,031. 67,031. Peter's share of profit we usually give through P&L adjustment account. ये तो bracket में लिखेंगे. Working note 3. Done. Last year's profit you take in that insurance you have not paid, so pay insurance. And interest on capital भी दे दो partner को. अच्छा वो insurance if you have reduced, if you pay insurance and last year's profit if you reduce, last year's profit has already gone to the capital account. So here also you will debit insurance undercharged. 6,000 into 2 by 4. Peter's share 3,000. Last year's profit, if there is mistake and you have overcharged and put in the capital account or current account, then reverse it, debit it. ठीक है? चलो. Check with me, please. Interest on fixed capital 10%. We have not paid. All assets to be revalued and profit and loss. Peter died on 30th September. Balance of fixed capital and current account were given. Drawings were given. I think I have put up everything except joint life policy. Come now to joint life policy. Joint life policy में दो policies हैं. Yeah, we will make working note 4 for joint life policy. Firm has taken joint life policy of 1 lakh. तो वो तो आप total ले लोगे. Joint life policy 1 lakh. सेपरेट पॉलिसी भी लिया है. सेपरेट पॉलिसी 50,000 A's share surrender value 50,000 and B and C's share कितना है? 50,000 का 30% into 2. 50,000 का 30% into 2. 30,000. Take your time and tell me. Nice adjustment. Joint life policy, so we will give old partners, old ratio. Separate policy, A's will not take, sorry, don't write surrender. Write down maturity value. Maturity value or assured value is one and the same thing. B and C's surrender value is 30%. Why did I multiply by 2? Because B and C are 2. 50,000 is like each. 50,000 is for each. So what is total value? 180. इसमें उसका शेयर कितना है? पीटर का 180. 180 में Peter's share is 2 by 4. 90,000. 180 into 2 by 4. 90,000. You want to stay at the working? लिख लो, कुछ मिस हो गया है तो. Joint life policy 1 lakh. Separate policy A is at maturity. And B and C at surrender value. So 180 into 2 by 4, 90,000. 90,000 give it. 90,000 किसको दोगे आप? JLP. Working note 4. Anyone is having doubt, ma'am, ये figure कैसे आया? पूछो. Last problem for partnership. It's very interesting. Next. Last adjustment now. Insurance premium in respect of fire to we pay. Firm, the revaluation of asset indicate upward revaluation. Oh, डायरेक्टली रिवैल्यूएशन दे दिया 20,000. The revaluation account indicated an upward revaluation of the asset, and that is 20,000. Okay. So revaluation account में profit आएगा obviously 20,000. Yeah, I want all of you to read. Generally, revaluation profit भी current account take everything in the current account. हाँ, और बाद में कैपिटल में डालो उसको फाइनली क्लोज करते वक्त. अभी आप ध्यान से सुनो, ये एडजस्टमेंट पढ़ो. All assets are revalued and profit or loss on revaluation which is given ready is transferred to the capital account in the PSR. To the capital account in the PSR. So this time, because they have said we are putting it in the capital account. Otherwise, where do you put it? In the current account. So this time, put it in the capital account. आ जाओ capital account में. P&L, by revaluation. By revaluation account, profit 20,000 into 2 by 4. So 10,000. 10,000. हो गया. Now, capital account transfer to Peter's executor's account. Actually, everything you can put it into the current account and from there to capital. मैडम यहाँ ऐसे किया है, ठीक है, executor को दे दो. Current account से भी executor's account में आ जाओ. P's executor's account. How much is the total? Please do it, all of you. 20,000 plus 1,07,000 plus 67,031 plus 90,000. 284,031 minus 13,000. 271,031. चलो. By capital account. By capital account. 20,000. By current account. 271,031. This is what you have to pay to his executors. An executor's balance can be transferred to loan account or it can be carried forward here also. 291,031. 291,031. 291,031. Yes, I'm waiting here only. पूछो कुछ डाउट है तो. Check the working note, no, please, all of you. Working note 1 is clear. Goodwill, so we have done all the mistakes. वो profit on revaluation and all, not exactly mistakes, insurance and all. So we rectified and correct profit we have taken. Last year's profit is 160, but when insurance was undercharged and you are paying, students usually miss out this impact. इसको star mark करो. Last year's profit में add less हो रहा है, तो it will have an impact on the capital account. Did you all digest this concept of insurance? And interest on capital, why did I pay 1,000? Because they say don't pay to Peter. And 25% they said, so we increased and give it. And now joint life policy, 1 lakh is the JLP, separate policy, and 30% ये. So this comes to joint life policy 90,000. Goodwill दिया, share of profit दिया, drawings दिया, insured and executors account. ठीक है, चलिए. Actually, revaluation profit will also come in the current account. We have there because they have asked. You can write here note number 5 in the question. That's why we are taking it here. Note number 5 in the question is saying take it in the capital account. Otherwise, all items you can take it in the current account. So that's all for this partnership. Okay, one section 37, I'll just explain the concept और थोड़े booster notes भी लिख लेते हैं. Yeah. Actually, in case of debt, you have section 37. And it's there in the Indian Partnership Act, but I didn't see it in the foundation syllabus as problem solved. But I'll explain the concept, what it is. When a partner of the firm is deceased and surviving partners carry on the business without settling the account of the deceased partner. So are they using his capital? Answer is yes. Can he demand profit after he is deceased? No, because he is no longer a partner. But can he demand profit in the ratio of his capital? Answer is yes. So, I don't know, you must have all read it in law in the Indian Partnership Act 1932, section 37. He can take option, share of profit as may be attributable to use of his share of capital or interest. ABC are partners, and explain with this example. Capitals, after all the adjustment, reserves, PNL, GLP, just before retiring partner or deceased partner is going out, is this. A and B continue to carry on business. Final payment of C is made on 1st of February, whereas he retired when? October. So November, December, January. Yes, he can demand the 6% interest on the capital C, or for these 3 months profit is there 28,000. He can demand profit in the ratio of his capital. I want to work out this small example. 12th and 13th problem we are not doing. They are full-fledged problem of section 37. Old syllabus it is there. I'll do it later. Abhi aap aa jao concept mein. And please write this in the booster notes. बूस्टर नोट्स में जाके लिखो ये डेथ ऑफ द पार्टनर के लिए आपने क्या लिखा है, प्रॉफिट कैसे देना है, प्रोपोर्शनेट. एक काम करते हैं ना, फर्स्ट वी विल राइट जेएलपी. इन केस ऑफ जॉइंट पॉलिसी एंड सेपरेट पॉलिसी, सपोज दोनों पॉलिसी हैं, जॉइंट पॉलिसी भी है और सेपरेट पॉलिसी भी है, तब क्या करेंगे? In case of joint policy and separate policy, what will you do? Okay. Joint policy, maturity value. Yeah. Separate policy, maturity value. For deceased partner, write down please all of you. Separate policy, maturity value only for deceased partner. Separate policy, surrender value. जो भी separate policy है ना, surrender value for deceased partner. For deceased partner. Joint policy ले लो, separate policy, maturity value for deceased partner and surrender value. Whatever you are getting this total amount, in that deceased partners share total amount into his PSR 2/4 या जो भी उसका PSR है, that you have to take. करंट अकाउंट कैपिटल अकाउंट तो आएगा ना सबको बनाना. गुडविल का करेक्शन. See last problem what correction we have done in goodwill, Peter's problem, that I have taught you in goodwill classes, 4th and 5th class for only goodwill. I said if profit is having some abnormal gain and loss, nikal do. One more point I want to write here. Last year's profit is increased or decreased due to mistake. Last year's profit is increased or decreased due to mistake. Last year's profit is increased or decreased due to mistake. Then give second effect in capital account. Correct है या नहीं? Last year it was under insurance, तो अब आप insurance charge करोगे तो last year's profit already extra is gone into capital account, उसको debit करो. Give second effect in the capital account. ठीक है. चलो next now write down very quickly. Section 37 of Indian Partnership Act 1932 applicable in case of retirement and death. Section 37 of Indian Partnership Act 1932 is applicable in case of retirement and death. दोनों में applicable है. और वो कैसे calculate करोगे? I am teaching you in death, but हाँ. Outgoing partners capital account if settled later. Write down please all of you. Outgoing partners capital account if it is settled later, then he has two options. He has two options. A, interest on closing capital. You give him everything, huh? Goodwill, revaluation, ye, wo. Finally, this much capital. I'll explain with an example also. Interest on closing capital at the rate of 6%. Interest on closing capital at the rate of 6% or share of profit in ratio of capital used. एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल करेंगे तो इट विल बी क्लियर. शेयर ऑफ प्रॉफिट इन रेशियो ऑफ कैपिटल यूज्ड. एग्जाम्पल 1 on page number 257 after that 12th problem के ऊपर. Yes. Closing capital of A, B and C all adjusted, huh? Adjustment के बाद adjusted closing capital of A, B, C कितना है? 50,000, 75,000, 1,20,000. कब? On the date. On 31st October 21. October 20. The day C retired or C died? On 31st October, this was the final capital. Listen, listen, listen. Then I should pay to C, no? 1,20,000 and bye-bye. Take loan from the market or anything. C को pay कर दो. Now, pay to C, but we adjusted it on 1st February 21. Capital adjusted. Now, write down the way I am writing. Now, C can ask option 1. C is saying 1,20,000 capital. You should have paid me on 31st October. The day is deceased. You have settled the account on 1st February. So 120, 6% into 3 by 12, you pay him interest. 120 into 6% into 3 by 12, you pay him interest. बोलो clear है या नहीं? 120 into 6% into 3 by 12, you pay him interest. 2C, saying okay, we have used your capital for 3 months, 120. We should have paid because on that day only you retired from the partnership firm. Or B bit, what is the 3 months profit? 3 months profit is given to you, 28,000. 3 months profit, 28,000 में C is asking share the profit with me, but you can't share the profit in the PSR because November, December, January he was not a partner, he retired, so you can't share it in the PSR. तो आप कैसे share करोगे 3 months profit in the ratio of the capital? 3 months profit is 28,000. And what is the total capital? I am writing TC, you all write total capital. मैं भी total capital ही लिखती हूँ. What is total capital? 50,000 plus 75,000 plus 120. 2,45,000. Total capital is 245. In that, how much is total capital is 245. In that, how much is C's capital? C's capital. Dekho. Listen to the dialogue 2 minutes. C is saying on total capital used 245, you have 128 profit. In that, my capital you have used 120. No, give me the share of profit. Share of profit in proportion to capital used. 28 into 120 divided by 2,45,000. Karo. 28,000 divided by 2,45,000 into 120. कितना आ रहा है? 13,714. He will take whichever is higher or beneficial. Whichever is beneficial. So obviously he will take for this 13,714. Complete writing, all of you. Foundation students should also know just the concept. पूछ लिए तो हम कहाँ लड़ने जाएंगे, ये नहीं है होनी. And logically ekdam, it's ekdam logical. C is saying 120 is all my profit with the revaluations, goodwill and JLP and everything. Give me 120. You gave him 120 after 3 months. So for 3 months, pay him interest. Or 3 months may you have earned 28,000 profit. Are you all with me? 28,000 profit you have earned in 245. So in 120, it is question mark. 28,000 divided by 245 into 120. De do. Give him his share. I hope all of you have written all this in the boosters only. Ye zaruri tha likhna. Or deceased partners, JLP share, all that also we have written. So 13 classes we have taken for partnership, but बहुत अच्छे से किए and quality good level of the profits. It's not that 60-70 normal level of the problems you solve. Okay? Still any doubt you have, any problem in admission, and I have highlighted, like if you ask me one problem, ma'am, pick up in case of death, RST. Second problem, the last one what we did, Peter. Rest all is simple concept. Repetition, lot of repetition we have done. Still, if you have any doubt, ask me. Okay? That's all for today's partnership class. Topic is over now. Non-trading concern is there. We should do that now after this. Okay? Right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye all of you. Any doubt is there, click the photo and send me. Send a voice note and the topic also. Bye-bye.